go public, boys. Let's do this. Oh no. Well, I guess if anyone pops in, they're gonna get a little sneak peek at what next month's project's gonna be. Looks like we're good in terms of no data. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Let's see if I can see the stream through a different account, then we'll get going. It says the stream is live, so I guess let's go. Okay. So everything looks good. Okay. I wish I could stream more, but I mean, I don't know. I just keep running into dumb, small, time issues mostly. 30 boy take 2. Oh yeah, that's right. It's not in. It's an actual 30 boy. 30 boy take 2. There we go. Okay. So let's pop open the 30 pounder, the assembly file. We can kind of take a look at that. It might take a million years, but here's hoping that it actually works. I should rearrange my windows on this real quick so I can see the chat better. Okay, so here's what we got. We've got this. So this is exactly what we this is what we've got so far. So what we need to figure out is actually have a list right next to me on this sheet of paper that's got everything that we need to do on this this spot before we can say it's done. So we've got to wrong mouse. That's the wrong mouse. We've got to remake the lid. So the problem with the lid is that it's just like I cut down on the back, so we either have to remake the lid. If there's problems with audio or video or anything, let me know. Did I name it yet? Yes. Unless I come with a better name, it's going to be Dream Phase right now, which should be pretty cool. I want to paint this up in some cool colors. Yeah. So currently it's called Dream Phase. Yeah. You can actually see my horrible handwriting, to do Dream Phase, there on my to-do list on my horrible handwriting. So we got to do the lid holes. So I don't know entirely if we want to leave it with this little flat area. They are long forks, but they should be able to lift anything. They shouldn't be too much. Oh, hey, Madiator. Yeah. Yeah, they are long, but if my statics course taught me anything, this should hopefully still be able to lift a 30 pounder, even like a 60 pounder if we end up with like a true walker double weight bonus. How's it going, Waz BK and Nathan? Welcome to the stream, guys. So we gotta do some so we gotta add in the lid holes, maybe remake the lids because they were designed to be a little bit longer before I trimmed this and cut this back plate in half because it was way too thick. We need to modify the Banebots, or we need to make hubs for the Banebots wheels that mount to the drills. And we've got to make a motor hole filler. So if I pop off one of these wheels, you can see that's just kind of floating in there. So we need to make like a 3D printed piece to hopefully kind of fill that gap. Have I ever thought of making a robot out of carbon fiber? Carbon fiber is really expensive, which means that it's gonna not exactly be super fun to build. Yeah, it's also most parts you don't want. It's brittle. The only real carbon fiber stuff is top plates. For some bots, like this cosmetic top plate, you could replace with a single sheet of carbon fiber. Some people also print in onyx, which is like a 3D printing filament that has carbon fiber in it, I believe. But I think you basically need a Markforged or other super expensive high tier printer to actually print that. Which I do not have. I have a bargain bin knockoff printer, but it served me well, so. Your channel has helped out a lot with their Vex team. Thank you. I really appreciate it. That's kind of why I started the channel. So, yeah, I really appreciate it. The other thing we need to do is, where did the wheel go? Yeah, there we go. So the other thing we need to do is we need to get some, maybe a cosmetic shell on the back. It's not necessary, but I really like the aesthetic designs of my bots and stuff, putting a lot of effort into that. So I guess we got to decide, what do we want to do first? Do we want to take on the lid? Maybe just add some holes into it. Shouldn't be that hard. Do we want to focus on wrong mouse again? I keep grabbing the wrong mouse. You know what? Let's make the motor spacer, because I know exactly what I need to do for that. It's just a little thing that fits into that hole. That hole there. Little thing fits into there. We'll use the same screw holes. I could actually probably just modify the interior plate. One of the lighter bots tinkering around with very thin steel. Yeah, I haven't played a ton with carbon fiber. Yeah, I don't know. I tend to, most of these bots that I'm building, I'm trying to kind of do on like a super tight budget. Just use steel and deformed a lot on Big Impact. Was that one at Kilobots, or was that not at that tournament? We need to have a once things clear up a bit, I wanna fight Chester again. I wanna either that or Gold Rush. What headset mic do I use? The mic is a Audio Technica AT2020. It's a before I came to Kilobots, yeah. So the mic is an AT2020 from Audio Technica. It's kind of expensive, not exactly super like cheap, but I had it, and it worked out really well. A lot of it's just cutting out like the size and the pauses and all that stuff, so I spend a lot of time cutting all of the stuff out of my audio to make it sound a lot better. In Reason, that's the software I use for audio mostly. Yeah, and then the headset's just some, like, it's also an Audio Technica. I'm not sponsored, but they make pretty good budget stuff, so I wish I was sponsored. That'd be nice. Let's see, I need to find the, I'm gonna try not bump the mic that much. Yeah, I need to try and find, that's the actual BaneBots hub. Oh, is that in the original version? So I don't know if you might not know this, but this is actually a second attempt at this sort of bot. The first attempt was a 4-bar lifter, it had a lot of problems. See if you bring either Chester or Gold Rush back. Chester's been mostly stripped for parts. Ah, man, yeah, I wanted to go to the October event, but yeah, the the August event was already like an 11-hour drive for me, and flights weren't exactly an option. So, I don't think we actually need to. Hello, Winnie. How's it going? Hope you're having a great day. So, let's. Yeah. Gold Rush really needs a redesign. Yeah, I remember you kind of showing me how that one went together. That seemed like that had a couple couple issues, but I do really like it. It was kind of like I don't know. I did like Gold Rush. I thought it was pretty cool. Okay, so startup sketch. Actually, no. Nope, we're gonna finish this sketch. And we're gonna actually use the parametric stuff. Yeah. Oh, wait. There's two extrude. I must have made this before I suppress features. Yeah. Okay, well, I guess that solves that problem. I just needed to... I guess let's pop over here and take a good look at the... Take a good look at the hub and the orientation. Just see... okay, so... It is the long way. Unless this isn't the actual... Yeah, that's the original version. You probably can't see it well, but it was, yeah. First attempt at doing a CAD was not exactly a great idea. Wait. Oh. Okay. I think I can just take the motor mount proto, because I think this is actually just what it is. Okay. Yeah, it's the wrong orientation. Okay, so it is a different. Let's get that closed. So that is a different iteration of that. It looks like, because you can definitely see that these holes won't line up at all. So that must mean pop off the lid. Where's the lid? There's a top lid cosmetic. Yeah, there we go. Motor holder v3.3 or v3. So it's just called motor holder. Bot you mentioned that was doing spring steel. Okay, I'll have to check that one out after the stream. Thanks for sending that over. There it is. There's the motor holder. Yeah, okay, so this one's just a square. These are all going to be 3D printed. I know a lot of people don't exactly like 3D printing in higher class bots, but I've been doing another secret project and using about this thickness of 3D printed plastic, and it's really, really beefy. It's like I could not bend it if I tried and put all of my weight into it. So not super worried about that, actually. It should be pretty fun. It should hold up at least pretty well. What am I doing? No, I don't need to. I can just kind of half used to. I'm not used to Fusion that much anymore, because I started using Creo for uni, and that was yeah. Can we see your change up bot? I would have already showed you my change-up bot if I had a change-up bot. Um, yeah, thanks to the everything of 2020. I actually didn't get to compete in Vex this year, which is a pretty big rip. Yeah, it was really sad. Because the college I'm going to basically didn't have one. They announced that they were going to have one this year, and then never followed through with that. Yeah, so, but it would have been even more stressful trying to make it through this last semester with doing Vex, because that was not a fun semester. It just thanks to doing everything online. Okay, what circle size is this? What is? Oh, I hit line, not circle. I need to. Oh, I'm on the wrong sketch plane. That would explain it. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Create a sketch. I do not know what is happening. Okay, we're just going to create a sketch. We're going to do it that way. Okay. Yeah, so, okay, so we're just going to kind of eyeball this, because I don't want it to be a super tight fit. I want it to mostly just be there to kind of prevent twisting and that kind of stuff. So 1.16 inches, because I didn't make this model. It's from like GrabCAD or somewhere. It's in millimeters. Where's the... Does this not have a dimension button? Is it just big old drill motors? Yes. Yeah, they're just big drill motors. I think it was Team Tiki actually was offloading a bunch of them on eBay like 2 summers ago at this point. Maybe it was last summer. I don't know, but I got like 8 of them for a really decent price. 12 pounder. Yeah, they've got a pretty like interesting shape. With this like double D shape I've heard it described as. Yeah, or it's like a circle with 2 flats. Okay, why am I in sheet metal? I also don't need to find out what's new in the latest update. Wait, I could just inspect this. Okay, so it is... Have any design tips for the change-up bots? I actually haven't exactly been keeping up on it. A combination of not competing this year and also just being generally crazy busy has has stuff like, yeah, I don't know. Design tips, I mean, like, just general stuff. Build your design to be as bulletproof as possible. Just like make sure that, like, if you could push it down a couple of stairs and not have to worry about anything breaking or coming apart, you're probably doing a good job. Not like a flight of stairs, because at that point you're gonna probably break the metal, but yeah. I should make a 3D printed Nerf blaster. It'd be really cool to have one from someone like you. It's been on my my list of projects that I would like to do. Yeah, that was one of the things that I was really into Nerf before getting into combat robotics and Vex and stuff. Okay, come on, just... Oh, okay, it's not. Diameter is 1.16 inches. So if I just... 0.16 inches to millimeters. Good old Google's unit conversions saving the day. 29.5 millimeters. Can I delete that? Okay, 29.5 millimeters. Now we've got to do... no, I don't need to save that. What event am I shooting for with a 30 pounder? The original plan was for Maker Faire Orlando. It's not exactly sure when I'm gonna get to be able to go down there, but that was the plan. It seemed like it was a pretty pretty fun chill tournament. You know, flights to Florida are cheaper than to a lot of other places. Yeah, it's yeah. Okay. 0.944 inches. So we'll just go with 0.944. 24 inches. So I just need to go 12 inches across. What weapon is this going to have? If I just pop over here, it's got these forks, which should be able to lift another 30-pounder. I ran through all the math, and it should be able to lift, it was either 60 or 90 pounds. Actually, it's either in here, or it is in my other... Nope. Unfortunately, it is not in this notebook. It was either 60 or 90 pounds. So it would have been able to lift a pretty significant amount of weight. Okay. Nope. Again, I haven't really touched Fusion in the past like 4 months. I've been doing everything in Creo parametric for uni, and man, that is a completely different ballgame when it comes to like shortcuts and everything. So yeah. Okay, come on, where's the trim button? There it is. Okay. And looks like I edit sketch. So now I just need to extrude. I am really confused with how that... Okay, can I just... That works, I guess. That works. Yeah, sure. Let's go with that. I might have just overwritten the original ones, but whatever, should be fine. I don't think I have to. I can delete that. It's the motor holder. Where was it? I just passed it. Motor holder. Insert into current design. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Well, I guess we have it. So that's basically what it's gonna be. This is gonna kind of hug the side of it, just kind of hold everything in place. Audio streams bitrate is lower. If there's any audio issues, just put it in the chat, because I can't actually tell. Like a Nerf blaster. Yeah, I'll probably do either Thingiverse or GitHub or something. Yeah. I guess, yeah, GitHub didn't like it when I tried to upload the Vex CAD. Yeah, that I was trying to. Yeah, that was not exactly fun, but okay. Well, I guess we can consider that done-ish for today. Let's put the motor, or put the wheel back. We've got to modify. Okay, so realistically, what is there left? We've got Okay, we got to make holes in the lid. Like that's a necessity. My mini factory, I recommend there. Okay, I'll have to check it out. I've never heard of that. Yeah, I tend to, I don't know. If I need something, typically at this point, I'll just design one myself. But, yeah. Okay. Are those... Okay. I don't actually remember where these pillow block bearings came from. Kind of a little bit... I'm pretty sure I have them in my weights document on like Google Sheets or something. Let's pop open the lid. I think that's what we're gonna do now. We're gonna just... That is if... Yeah, there we go. We're just gonna pop some holes through the lid. So here's what we got. Yeah, don't try and do something like this in Fusion. Like, I think the way that I did it was with a bunch of extrudes. I think I tried to go with an additive approach with this. Kind of... Actually, yeah, I can kind of roll back through it. If I roll history marker here, did I? What did? Oh, okay. So it's just, yeah, yeah. So I extruded each of these planes. Yeah. I mean, like, you could just like put it here. Like, I mean, poggers. Yeah. Yeah. Don't do it in this sort of additive way. I would, if I had to do this again, I'd start with one and pull it apart, like cut off stuff. This is a BattleBot. Yes, it is it's for a 30-pound combat robot. Yeah. So that's why it's so messy. I don't entirely know if I'm gonna change it or update it, but at the very least, how is Vex going for you? It's not. Vex is not going. We'll just offset a plane a bit. We'll start and extrude. The other problem with this is that you can't actually reference the corners. Well, never mind. I guess I'm just speaking nonsense. Okay. And Vex is not going at all. Yeah. Yep. Same here. Okay. Let's just set up a basic set of... Okay. Come on. There we go. Meetings got canceled. Yeah. My uni basically said that they were gonna have a team, and then basically just said, "Sorry guys, I guess you're out of luck." Well, they didn't actually say anything. They kind of were just like, "Nah." OP leaks, yeah. Start an independent Vex team. I mean, hey, like, it's possible. Like, yeah. Okay. Something seems super off there. I don't know why that's... I don't know why there's such a big discrepancy there. Like, that's trippy. I don't know what the deal is with that. Should be fine. Yeah, I guess... yeah. I guess we can just get rid of that. We can go from here to... Nope. Come on. Yeah. Your team spot is almost done. Nice. Yeah, it's always like that last little bit that just is the worst. Oh man. Okay. So now we gotta do is we've got to figure out, we've got 1.5 inches. not inch and a half inch panels on the sides. That's what these are. So we're probably just gonna pop out from the corners, and we'll do 6 bolts, 6 screws. Just screw directly into the thing. We'll thread or tap a hole or something. Yeah. After Christmas break, FRC starts. Yeah, I've heard FRC's a pretty big rush. I didn't get to do it, unfortunately. I mean, like, yeah, it's kind of one of those things that I would like to do, but unfortunately, that wasn't exactly in the cards, I guess. Okay. What? That's right. We're gonna pop these. Well, actually, let's double check. It's better to measure before you actually. I think these are ½ inch, but FRC only high school. I think so. 12.7. Yeah, they are ½ inch. Yeah. Well, there's FRC and there's like the other first things like FLL, which I did in middle school. Was that middle school or was that element? I don't know. One of the before high school things. You missed your chance. Yeah, unfortunately. So did I. So. Okay. 12.7, 6.35. Okay, that's pretty tight in there, but I guess we could go with like 8 screws or something. Tried turning it on and off again. Nice. 6.35. There we go. Robotics for 5 years now. Yeah, this is my 5th year. This would have been my 5th year of Vex. I did 2 years of FLL before that. I think there was like a year gap in there somewhere. I don't know. This isn't going to be perfect. I might come back through and model this again later. But should give a pretty decent, should be a pretty decent, like, baseline. Especially with these kinds of screws and stuff. Like, it doesn't need to be super perfect. We could even just drill directly through the print. What kind of Mac do I have? This is an old, it's 5 years old. It's a MacBook Pro. I bought, basically saved up all of the money that I got at my first job and bought it. Like, I don't know what kind of screws am I thinking, you know? That's the question. What's my Vex U team? I don't know if that's directed at me, Psycho Raptor, but not a Vex U team, unfortunately. I would have loved to do it. I got all prepped. I did my prototypes and stuff. Didn't, yeah. Unfortunately. Okay. Should have done, well, I guess I could have done a hole, right? And cut a hole into it, but I guess we'll just do circular extrusions. Nope. Not that. Got into combat robotics in 2017. Yeah, it was BattleBots 2018 that basically made me want to build StompBot, and after that it was like, well, I guess let's just learn CAD and we'll make Blastwave, and here we are. Yeah, FLL was one of those weird things where it's not about the robots, which is kind of sad if you're in it for the robots like I was. Yeah. Oh, come on. Yeah. Okay, that works, I guess. Yeah, FLL was kind of discouraging, but at the same point, like, it was also pretty cool. I don't know. Oh no, why are we not at the... Yep, all that time was just wasted. Okay, we're just going to scroll to the front, finish the sketch, scroll to the front. We're gonna delete that, it's fine. And I think we're gonna... MagFed uses a second spring of a rev trigger. Oh man, that'd be a hard spring to pull with your finger. I guess you could get some mechanical advantage, but at the same point, like, you'd be probably talking jolt levels of power with that, unless you were to go with an electronic spring like a Stampede, which Stampedes are really cool. Like, they're one of the coolest Nerf blasters. Starstruck freshman year. Okay, yeah, that was my first year too. It's super fond memories of Starstruck, even though my bot was absolute garbage. Okay, there we go. I don't know how I managed to make this so not square, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Come on. It's fine. I'm almost certainly going to redesign this in type. Oh, cancel. There we go. Starstruck 6th. Oh my goodness. Excuse me. Sometimes I forget that Vex goes so young. You know, you think of it as like your bot was garbage. You might be in competition, man. Like, our bot was complete garbage. You have to go. Well, thanks for popping in, Marcus. I really appreciate it. I guess have a good one. Yeah. Wait. We're already in the middle of a sketch. I don't know why I decided to create another sketch. It's been fun. 6.35 for a first timer. I mean, yeah, but like at the same point, like StompBot was literally made out of like, I don't know. It was like I had done I don't it's like the first video on the channel is the Zumo rover that was off of the Pololu Zumo kit that was like heavily modified, and that was kind of it's kind of like the same sort of skill set, I guess. So it wasn't exactly my first bot, but it was my first competition combat robot, I guess. Doesn't really go that young anymore. You'd be surprised. It might just be your region, because I know my region is pretty, like, wow. My region's about 50-50 in terms of, most middle schools do IQ now. Just combat robots? Yeah, I guess, but I had done a fair bit of stuff beforehand. Sumos are mostly kit bashes. Yeah, I don't know. I think Vex does a lot of good, like when it comes to kind of no, not 5. We're gonna go let's go with like 7 maybe. It's mostly kit bashing. Kit oh my goodness, I can't talk. Sumos were mostly kit bashes. Yeah. No, was it 7 we went with? I don't know. One more fights at your first event, but you're in a much less competitive Featherweight field. Yeah, I think real fights, the only one that I won in the actual bracket was against not Steamed Hams, Super Nintendo Chalmers, which, oh man, that's still, I still smile when I think of that fight, because Snowbot did exactly what I wanted it to do, so it's probably Florida schools being really bad. No, I think IQ is a lot better for middle schoolers. You don't have, like, for a Vex robot, like, you kind of have to have power tools, right? Like, it's just kind of, right? Like, it's got to be power tools to, like, cut your C channel and stuff. Unless you're going to use bolt cutters for C channel, which I guess is possible, and I know that I've seen middle schoolers do that. Um, but it's definitely a lot safer to go with IQ. Um, it's first one ever at the October event. Oh my goodness, really? I mean, yeah, it might not have been against the super prestigious like bot, but it one punch Chester. Oh no, not Chester. Ah, man. Come on. I don't know why it keeps disappearing. Change up prototype with a bunch of rollers. Hacksaw works perfectly fine. You make a good point. I kind of forgot about hacksaws. Yeah. Metal shears. Yeah, like metal shears work. Just particularly for let's go with, you never use power tools. Yeah, it might have just been my club was a little bit more on the power tool master race side of things. Copy any recent robot reveal. Yeah, like, I'm not exactly the best person to ask for this season. My general advice is just kind of, come on, that's not how that's supposed to work. Hey clown, how's it going? Middle school and your team uses a Dremel. Okay. Dremel is kind of like the safety scissors of power tools. It can do some pretty good stuff. You're much less likely to seriously injure yourself with it. We used an angle grinder in the middle of the high school commons. Do I only make tutorials on Vex, or do I do Vex IQ also? Vex IQ is middle school only, and I didn't get into Vex until freshman year of high school, so I never really had the opportunity to do Vex IQ. Yeah. So I guess, like, I don't know. It'd be something that it's something that I've thought about, but I've never had an IQ kit to like really play around with. So, you know, and for a lot of that stuff, like the general lift types and stuff, it works perfectly fine to kind of apply the Vex EDR stuff to IQ. Like the 4-bar lift video, which as frustrated as that production makes me seem or feel, it's still got some pretty good information in it, if I do say so myself. Did Vex IQ in elementary, the age group changes? No, IQ is elementary and middle school. Middle school is kind of this weird crossover part where some schools will do IQ for middle school, some schools will do EDR for middle school. It kind of can change. Then high school, it's all EDR, and then college, it's Vex U, which is like EDR plus. Exclusively Dremel and drill press. Yeah. And then it might have just been my club that was really like in on the power tools then. I don't know. Drill press is nice. Yeah, we didn't even have a drill press. We used hand drills. Not hand drills. Not a hand drill, but a handheld power drill. You gotta go. Thanks for popping in, Mike. I appreciate it. Wish I had that. Yeah. I mean, like, I have a drill press, like, and I almost never use it. I had to drill a ton of stuff for an upcoming project, like yesterday, and didn't use the drill press because it was all way too big to fit under my cheap Harbor Freight drill press. So unfortunately didn't get to use it. Yeah, you too. I appreciate you popping in. Okay. Okay. So that's all of them. I think we're going to go with 8 screws total. I might chuck another one in the back. You'll see. Bandsaw and CNC router. Nice. Extrude. Sawzalls and angle grinders. Yeah. Yeah, angle grinders are really nice. That's kind of my preferred method of cutting stuff. Bandsaw is also pretty nice too. Okay, we're fine. I thought that I had accidentally not... Okay. Where's my distance? Negative 13. Nope, 14. Nope. No. Heck, okay. Scroll saw would be very good for Lexan cutting. Bandsaw is really good. I don't think we... Yeah. I guess we did have the bandsaw for my senior year, but... not exactly before that. Well, I guess bandsaw would be good for cutting aluminum vex metal. Steel vex metal would be another story entirely. I gotta go grab a charger. It's a good thing that it was already plugged in. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay, come on. Now I've got to just select all of these again. Vex steel is very thin. Why even use Vex steel? There's a few instances. Like the catapult that we did, we used Vex steel on the catapult. For stuff like sometimes I liked to use steel on the drivetrain of the bots if I had that as an option, just to kind of improve balance and, you know, decrease the ability to tip. But obviously, if you saw our state performance, it didn't work out super well when we used aluminum, because yeah, I didn't want to cut a bunch of steel. Okay, come on. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Use craft scissors to cut Lexan. Ooh. That's a nice idea. Oh, come on. Is there a... Oh, that kind of sucks. In Creo, which is my one that I use in college, you can press Control D and it will refit the entire thing. There's probably a command for something like that, but about look at what is this? I've never pressed that button before. Boxed aluminum is stronger than steel. Yeah, but then boxed steel is probably stronger than both of those, right? 30-pound bot, 6-wheel drive, 2-lock Omnis is OP. Yeah. Yeah. I guess, like, it's mostly when you want the weight that you'd use steel, right? Like, that's kind of the only time where you'd want to use it. Is this Fusion 360? Yes, it is. X drive, so fixed intakes are out the window. You know what? I think we're just gonna roll with this for right now because there's not enough material here, and I can't add enough material here to actually like add good recesses. So what I'm probably just gonna do is deal with this. Yeah, you make a good point. How would you even make a 30-pound bot unless you're just stacking steel on the bottom? I think the wall bot was entirely steel, and that was 16 pounds. Well, almost entirely steel. The arms weren't, but okay. User saved. That is something I can knock off the list. That's awesome. Now I kind of got to decide what colors exactly do I want to go with. And that's gonna wreck these because I saved the other thing over it. But I guess it's fine. I can fix that later. I'll fix that off stream. Okay. So I think the last thing that we have to do before this bot is 100% completed. Wedge and locked omnis. Oh man, I'd like to see a bot that could unironically like just get away with a wedge and do well in Vex. The closest we had to like the pure chaos bot was Pippin. Is this just a tipping robot? It's a lifter, so it's got actually. Let me drive the joint because I put in the effort to actually make this joint drivable. So yeah, it lifts another robot. It should be able to lift 30 pounds or 60 pounds, or no, 60 pounds or 90 pounds. Should be able to lift much more than actually needs to. The plan is to go for the 30-pound sportsman class, which doesn't allow spinners because I wanted to go for the sportsman class because I didn't want spinners and because I didn't want to have to worry about dealing with spinners. I didn't want to have to worry about like replacing everything. I wanted to kind of be able to build this on the cheap and not have to worry about I didn't want to have to worry about like, you know, all this is going to be like cheap aluminum extrusions, right, from like surplus and stuff, right? Because I didn't want to have to pay for a billet of aluminum and then CNC everything and then go on top of that. So yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's an okay. Well, we might have to fix that and move that back screw in a little bit. Okay. So I'm going to no. I don't know why that didn't want to work. I'll take care of that later. So if I revisit my my list of things to do, have I considered running with magnets? It's not really worth it because if you go to Motorama, the big one in the Northeast, they run a wood floor, so magnets wouldn't help there. Orlando, probably, yeah. Is it a metal floor for the comp? So if I go to, yeah, it's probably metal, but yeah, Orlando's metal, yeah. It really doesn't, I don't know which one I'm going to take it to. It kind of depends on which one I can get cheaper flights to because I don't exactly want to drive. Okay, wheel hub. Well, I had told myself to double check the screw sizes that were necessary from one of the Charles Guan blog posts, but when I went to go check that earlier today, it was down, and I don't feel like pulling up the web archive right now. So, lathed and tapped inner, screw into center to lock. Modified Banebots hubs. So I have the Banebots hubs. That's the wrong mouse. I keep grabbing the wrong mouse because I have two mice here. T81 hub. So here's the wheel hub. It kind of fits into a recess in the wheel. So pretty sure it's got a snap ring. Yeah. So what I'm gonna need to do is I'm gonna need to take this and drill it out on the lathe. Then I'm going to need to tap the interior so that, where is it? Yeah, go back to the RS550. This outer area right here, this is tapped with a specific screw size. And this inner size is tapped with a specific screw size. Modded Banebots hubs. Excuse me. Yeah. So, question is, what? Well, like, I guess what's there to CAD, right? Like, I've got the T81 hub. It screws on, and then I put. How did I learn to do this stuff? For CAD, it was, I think it was Lars Christensen, if I want to say. There's some guy who makes really good fusion tutorials on YouTube, and I just kind of looked at his first tutorial and kind of ran from there. This is like my fourth bot in Fusion, and so I've got a ton of experience with this. Other than that, it's just like looking up blogs and stuff. For combat robotics, there's the Charles Guan blog that I just mentioned, equals 0. I don't know if that's up right now. I think it's down as of talking about this. I don't know if it's going to come back up. It should be on the way back, probably. Watching other people's content, Robert Cowan, Team Small Robotics, the other breakdown of bots, watching that stuff, listening to people talk about it, and then just asking questions. Almost entirely self-taught. Yes, everything before this semester was entirely self-taught until this semester when I started going to college for engineering, and I've gotten a little bit of stuff on a different CAD software that's not Fusion, some math and statics and stuff, but haven't used too much of that stuff for channel projects, but mostly self-taught. Yeah, you can self-teach yourself basically anything with free stuff. Like, you don't really need any of the stuff like Lynda or Skillshare or any of that stuff. There's probably something free that's good enough to get you going, and then you just kind of experiment and learn from there. Okay. I'm going to open up the wheel just so I can kind of get an idea of how these things fit together. Okay. And it appears to be frozen. Planning on majoring mechanical? Yep, that's the plan. That's what I declared when I started, and yeah. I can't tell if this is, no, just the cube is frozen. Okay, now we're back. Okay, so this looks like this piece. Okay, so we're not going to be using these set screw holes because we're going to be threading the interior of this, and then using probably blue Loctite. I can definitely get a channel lock on this, but I don't know if I can lock down the shaft of the, nope, wrong thing. I don't know if I can lock down the shaft on this, right? Because I've got to take care of, I don't have to pull it off. Do I not have first year engineering? I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. I'm currently in the middle of my first year of engineering, but yeah. Well, that's fun. Yeah. Okay. So this part locks in. It's kind of like it's kind of like a keyed shaft. Um, this part, I think it's supposed to have like a snap ring or something on it, but we're not gonna mess with that because we can chuck another screw type. It's a Purdue thing, you guess. Yeah. First year engineering. Yeah, because let me think. The engineering courses I took were basically a programming class, a CAD class, and an engineering math statics. Yeah, it must be a Purdue thing, or must just not be a thing at my college, whatever. So basically, we're gonna just thread it in, and I don't think I actually need to do any CAD on this, so we'll just nope, man. If Creo had a decent, basically take general engineering, that might be a second semester or a third semester thing, because I don't think that's actually a thing where I'm going, so that's fun, I guess. Let's turn on the cosmetic lid. Oh, no, that's the old cosmetic lid. Okay, top lid. Let's put the wheel back in. Nope, that's the wrong wheel. There's so much stuff in this because I've just had to like take care of this for so long. Where am I going? Not a good one. Let's just put it that way. Not a very good college. Yeah. So really trying to decide whether or not it's worth the time and effort it would take to export all of these parts into Blender and do a nice render with like metallics and all that stuff, because that'd be fun, but it'd take like a good 4 hours to do. So is it worth it for the render? Is it worth it to maybe even like animate some stuff? Because Blender is super nice, and I wish Blender was a CAD package. What am I doing? Yeah, we're gonna chuck the T81 hubs into here. And as usual, I'm not exactly worried about like constraints and stuff, because again, it's mostly just for me to kind of understand how everything fits together. Yeah, see, there would normally be a snap ring there. Might actually still go with a snap ring. It might not be necessary to do anything else. We'll see. Okay. Might actually have to look into getting a Creo license, like a real one, because I don't know. I kind of hated it when I first picked it up, but now that I'm going back to Fusion, I'm realizing that in a lot of ways it's almost superior. It's a lot nicer to deal with for some of this stuff. I do love that profile though, with the two big wheels and the like sort of slanted angled top and bottom. It's also got some pretty decent ground clearance, so I'm not super like worried about that. That'll be nice. Yeah. Okay, let's move these over to the other side. Nope, don't select the motor retention standoff. That's not important. Okay. Check these through. If I had Windows, would I use Inventor? I probably would have picked up Inventor. The reason I picked up Fusion was because I'm on Mac. The streaming computer, because this is a 2-computer setup, because I don't think I could stream and CAD on either of these machines. That's the Windows computer that I made from the pre-built. There's a video on that. And I probably would have picked up Inventor or SolidWorks or something, but I picked up Fusion, and it's fine. I think at this point, if I go pick up something else, it's going to be Creo, just because I already kind of know it, and it's kind of like, from what I've seen, Creo is kind of like the second tier. It's not Inventor, and it's not AutoCAD or SolidWorks, but it's like a tier above Fusion and a tier below SolidWorks. It's kind of like that middle tier. Yeah. Okay. Save that. So what is there to do? Like, okay. So if I look at my thing, remake the lids. I don't think we're gonna do that. Or if I do, I'm gonna do it off stream because it's not exactly super necessary to do it on stream, right? Wheel hub. Check out the null hypothesis post for screw sizes. That's down. I can't check it out. There's probably someone on Discord that would know that. Modded BaneBots hubs. We already figured out that we're not exactly going to modify the CAD of the hubs. We're just going to pick up the hubs, chuck them through the lathe, and be done with it. Motor hole filler. You know what? I think there is one more thing that we need to take care of on that. The motor hole filler. Okay, so where is that? Motor holder V4. Yes. Can close all of these. How much do parts for this bot cost? They're all really cheap. Everything that all the stuff that I'm making for combat robotics is kind of designed around being super economical. So I'm not gonna drop like $100 on a sheet of titanium for this. The bot was designed around some aluminum extrusions that I found on Amazon for pretty cheap. I think each side panel is like $10 for the raw piece. The front panel and back panels are about the same price. The wheels are about $5 a piece. Wheel hubs are $3 or something. The most expensive thing is, let me pop off one of the lids. Let's pop off the other lid. The most expensive piece is going to be this gearbox, which is like $60 or $70 or something. Interestingly enough, the whole drive system is almost like entirely Vex, which is interesting. It's the Vex Pro, the like FRC targeted parts. So that's what we're planning on using for that. Battery should just be like a standard, like a standard $20 or $30 like graphene, standard 3S lipo, basically. Nothing fancy. I think that's Fingertech nut strip. Not super expensive. Yeah, and then everything else is either 3D printed or like the standoffs I think are from McMaster or something. So yeah, I actually have all of the Vex parts because I think I made an order for that over the summer because I was thinking I was a lot closer to finishing this than I actually was. But yeah. Yeah. Let's get rid of one of these wheels. That one works, sure. Cursive gearbox, most expensive. Yeah, it's like the BaneBots, the P80 or P60, I think. But I do already have the motors to drive it. I just need to pick up the pinions, so it's not perfectly centered, but it doesn't need to be for this. We're just measuring this. Just measuring this hole, which says it is 36.373 millimeters. Is that 36.373? Of course, it's already gone. 36.373. Wrong one. Yeah. We're just going to go with 36.3. That way we'll have a little bit of wiggle room and it's not going to be like a super tight press fit. Oh, okay. No, let's forget that sketch ever happened. And let's start a sketch on this. $36.3, we'll go with that. Then we're gonna extrude this to 12.7. Yeah. So then that's gonna kind of fit into that hole, prevent it from wiggling around, and that's that basically. So we'll save that. Really, like, what is there else to do? Because I'm not 100% happy with the fork design, but I haven't been able to figure out anything else that doesn't compromise strength. Because even though you don't really have any real spinners, you still have some bots that can do some pretty serious like horizontal damage. There's one bot that like kind of just skirts the rules. I can't remember what it's called right now, but it's still got a pretty beefy like spinning blade. It's more of like I think it kind of falls under like the hammer saw distinction, but it is something to be wary of. Or you could take a flipper to the forks. Yeah. I'm not gonna put those into the thing right now. Yeah. Dang. Like chain, but like I guess at this point like the CAD is mostly done. I'm not really yeah, there's some minor housekeeping stuff, but like it's basically done. I've got to split up the lids so that I can print them on my printer. Oh, which means there's only going to be 2 holes per lid. I guess just add more holes, right? Like add some on the back or whatever. I don't know. Yeah. There's not that much left to do, so I'll probably end the stream here. Cause like realistically, what else is there to do? You've got a new fork design, but I don't exactly know what I have in mind for that anyway. I could like color palette and figuring out like what spray paints I'm gonna use. That's a future me's problem. Adding more holes, not exactly going to be entertaining to the lids. Yeah, everything else is kind of just housekeeping stuff that isn't exactly super entertaining, and also my voice is kind of wrecked, so I think I'm going to go and deal with that later. Yeah. Well, I guess thank you all for coming by and saying hi and hanging out with me while I work on this. Dang. Why? Oh, okay, I guess there's 2. Yeah, so I guess probably, yeah, like we didn't do a ton of like major work today, but we got like the last couple big parts done, and yeah, like we're almost ready to build this thing, so I'll probably put out some stuff. Of course you joined the stream at the end. Yeah, sorry, man. I guess like it only took like an hour or so to actually get the CAD finished, and there's not a ton of stuff left to do. Yeah, but CAD should be up on the second channel through this, which you can access through the sidebar within a day or 2. So if you still are interested, go check that out. I'll probably also edit together like a best of montage, kind of showing the whole process from start to finish, but doesn't take 4 hours. And chuck that together over, I don't know, might put it on the second channel, might put it on the main channel. We'll see what happens. But either way, thank you guys so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. You remember when it was just a box? Yeah, now it's a cool box. It's a really cool box. It's got angles. It's, you know, Anyways, it looks like an Xbox. It's actually one of the aesthetic things. I wanted to give it that sort of retro game console feel, like a Dreamcast or the first Xbox, which is kind of where that whole thing, this whole top piece, kind of came from. So, well, I guess I'm gonna sign off. So I really appreciate everyone popping by. I guess have a good one. Bye.